modifier is a +5, so 16 total.
You are so used to going out of your window and getting to the shortcut route that this is just something that you do on a daily basis. You're so used to it;
Yeah.
it's natural to you. So you go out of your window, you jump down, you land on your feet. You don't feel any pain. You don't get a sprain or anything. You see just ahead of you that there is the shortcut that leads down that takes half the amount of time to get to the school on foot. However, you do see a horse tied up to the side of the house that you can go and grab, and you know it to be your horse.
Take the horse.
Okay, so you grab the horse, you saddle it up, and you start making your way down the secret path, heading towards
Is
the
it
academy.
blue?
Is the horse blue?
Oh my god.
Yes.
No.
What color is my horse?
Be a chestnut brown.
It's the Zarian Stallion.
Has it got a name?
Actually, no,
Blue
because no, because the fact that you don't know how to speak common, so you don't really have a physical representation for a name. You have a symbol.
I would like to name it after the sound its hooves make when it runs. Flippity clop.
Okay, sure, works for me.
I thought he was gonna name it "Get It Done."
No, that's the what a previous customer said to me dad when he was
Get it
brought
done.
walk in and said, "Get it done, 5 gold."
Did you do your best impression of the Prilo set guy? Get her done.
No, I actually didn't even know about that.
Oh, I can't remember his
Which
name.
I had.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Is it Larry the Cable?
Get
Alright.
it done.
Alright.
It's just the Prilo set guy. Yeah, Larry the Cable.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Okay, Amy.
Man, it's gonna be funny whenever Tony looks at chat.
It's your turn, Amy.
Oh no.
You are not in a restful sleep, you're in a fitful sleep. You're laying on your bed and your alarm hasn't gone off yet. You're rolling around in your bed and you're having your nightmare. The nightmare of where you found yourself trapped in the area known as the Screaming Trees. You find yourself back in that cave where you were, in the lack of the better term, left to die. You walk down into the pathway into the cave and you see it. You see the Hydra. It's staring down at you. It's looking at you with menacing eyes. It's red, glowing. Hit like just creepy eyes. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Damn, Tony!
Throwing a Hydra right to the bat.
Fucking pull that face
I got a
again.
D20.
Yes.
I got a 9.
Got a 9?
What's your
hold
wisdom
on.
and stuff?
Yeah, what's your modifier?
Hold on. I actually have her sheet. I can.
I was gonna say I sort of need a bit of it. Wisdom's 13 plus 1, so it's a 10.
So 13 plus 1. So if you rolled a 9, so then it is a 10. Okay. Yeah.
It's a 10. Yeah.
Cool. Fantastic. Okay. You watch as the Hydra lashes out at you. And right before it goes and snaps right at your face, you wake up. You're in a cold sweat. You're drenched. Your bed is soaking wet from where you've been tossing and turning, and you've got that nasty sleep sweat all over the bed. However, as you wake up, you hear a knock on the door. What do you do?
Who is it?
Are you okay?
I've been better, but
Well, welcome back, one and all, to Adventuring High. My name is Slade. I am going to be your DM this fabulous evening. I am here with Allura,
Yo.
Ilya,
Nah.
Altair,
We'll have him smiling soon, don't worry.
Giggity.
and Zurin. Eh. Don't sound too happy about being here, guys. It's all right.
Yeah, just sit
this
down
is
for
our
the grind again.
But this is our favoriteest place in hell.
So
Sorry, Avernus.
damn. Anyway, it has been a
Got
while.
him.
It has been a while since we have been here. So I feel like a recap is in order. Just a hair. Just a hair. For last we left off, our grand adventurers here that we have this evening managed to go in and travel to an arcade, which led them to a very specific video game that was designed to send them in not only into the past, but quite frankly into a whole different environment in and of itself.
But also
Look, Ma.
into the future.
Look, the past.
Yeah. No. DM said, but into the past. And I was like, but also into the future.
Um,
But look, Ma, I'm in one of the video games.
they're in a very tight, precarious situation where they have learned that magic
Giggity.
is banned. It is outlawed.
Assholes.
They do not very much care for magic at all in this environment, but they make
Also
up for
giggity.
that in the ways of what they call gun mages. The weapons of which they use, such as the shotguns, the rifles, whatever they can get their hands on, they infuse with magic in order to compensate for that. Our players went and traveled a little bit, albeit they got lost several times.
Who would we
Nope,
be
nope.
if we didn't get lost?
No, we did not get lost. We took the scenic route.
Oh, title to the Jeep.
And came across various different people, one of which there was a poor beggar that they came across that they tried to help, but ended up not doing so well at.
I can't remember. Did he die?
He
We don't know.
He didn't die, but you guys giving him money was not a good thing.
We probably fucked him up pretty bad.
And it all ended with them going to a very specific, very well-known bar / inn, where unfortunately our players managed to get into a little bit of a situation with some Linexes. And
Oh yeah, no. We went to a certain location. We went talked to the gunslinger. Now we're in a bar.
yeah, and you now are in a fight with some Linexes
Yay.
at the Broken Crossbow. You guys have already rolled initiative,
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna need a reminder on what that initiative
I
was.
already have it for you.
Because my turn order, I don't know if this is left over from what I had before.
That-
Yeah, it's still blank.
Oh, it's right
Okay.
here. Oh,
Yeah.
thank God.
All right, so let me see. I got to roll for the Where Linuxes right quick, and then I will tell you exactly the turn order.
I gotta get money into the third, so I gotta make that.
Are we supposed to be able to see the map right now?
It's not on my screen, so
Yeah, not for me either.
There you go.
There it is. Oh, I don't suppose you can remember the exact positions of those stone coasters.
Not after
Ma-
Eli threw them all over the place.
Well, matter of fact,
no, Eli didn't do anything. I threw them.
yeah, matter of fact, I do remember, and I just haven't actually put them on there yet because I wanted to wait
Good.
until you jumped into.
Because those are my weapons.
Bold of you to assume you have weapons. Dun dun dun.
I created weapons with the stone coasters. God help them if I managed to slyly cast off a magic stone on them.
Okay, so there. Zurin, what's your dex?
What was that?
What is your dex modifier?
+4. Oh, wait, no. That's my saving throw dex. +2.
Okay, so they will go before you.
Well, aren't they just assholes?
Yeah, so you've got 1 Were Linux, Ilya, 3 Were Linuxes, Zurin, Altair, Allura.
I'll get comfy here because I'm not going for a while.
Alright, so the first Were Linux is going to move. I can't move my full speed and be able to hit Altair, so I'm just going to move
Because I'm just that awesome.
to the door. And that will be the end of that turn. Ilya, you're up.
There's not really a whole lot of shit I can do right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass my turn until it makes sense for me to do something. Because looking at it right now and looking at what I'm capable of, there's not really a whole lot I can do.
Okay. Alright. So that Were Linux is going to move. Right there. Move there. And in their turn.
Oh
You
boy.
gonna do something? You gonna do something with chimichangas?
That one is going to move here.
Oh, I expect they took a dash action that first one, didn't it?
No. They've only moved 30 feet.
The first one looked like it moved quite far.
Nah, it was down here towards the bottom.
Uh
Yeah, it moved like that.
Oh, I mean the one that's right next to me.
Oh, no, that one moved. No, not right there. Right there. Alright. Zurin, you're up.
Zera's gonna bring out Nobania.
Okay.
I'm gonna attack this one right here. He's 12.
That hits.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
Good to know.
For 13 damage.
Alrighty.
Oh.
And I'm going to activate Blood Curse of the Eyeless on him as well.
Sounds good.
And that should be the end of my turn.
Okay. Altair, your turn.
Okay, I actually need to zoom in on this so I can see where the fuck I am.
You suddenly disappear to the 9th level of hell. What?
I mean, I'm already there. I feel like we were sitting at a table when this was happening, so I don't think I'd be right where I'm at. Like I'd probably actually be like over here with them.
Tony, what are you doing?
Just because we haven't done this in a while, I thought I'd be nice.
You're giving them health bars.
I don't think we've ever done this, Tony.
We've never done
No,
that before.
never.
No.
Shut it! Shut it! Shut it! Shut it! And let him do it.
I'm in a good mood today, so and we have not played D&D in a while, so I'm going to be nice to you guys tonight.
Like I said, he
My.
won. He won today.
He won at life.
So there you go.
He kind of did.
All right. So what are we doing?
I am merely going to ready action for when they get close enough for me to hit.
Sounds good. Allura, you're up.
Okay. Look at this. So when it says here that a thing has a 5-foot reach, that means I've got to be right next to something to hit, right?
You got to be right in front of it.
All right, let's go. I am going to swing at this thing with both of my short swords.
Cool. So while you're doing that, I am going to draw that and that.
I know what that is.
Hey?
Those are my weapons.
What the fuck is this
Those-
dot next to turn?
Those are her stoners.
Those are my stones. Those are the fucking stone coasters.
Oh,
That we determined that should I wish to, I can cast Magic Stone on. Right, while you do that, I'm going to roll for my hits. 10?
10 to hit. Yeah, that hits.
Okay. And the second strike is a 12. That will also hit, won't it?
Do what now? I missed that.
12 to hit.
No, yeah,
on
the
second
12.
one.
Yeah, the 12 hits. Yeah.
Of course. Okay, so 1d6 plus 2 on each. Fuck, a 1. That's 3 on the first.
Okay.
And that's 3 on the second. Oh,
Cool.
I hit him for 6.
Sounds good.
And then on the rest of my turn, I'm going to move back to the bar next to
Oh,
my trusty weapon.
cool. All right, so we're back up to the top of the initiative. You are just within reach, Altair.
Okay, so I now need to make an attack roll.
Yep.
Oh. Well, that doesn't hit. Okay, proceed with turn.
What'd you roll?
6.
Yeah, no, that didn't hit. Okay. So it is going to attack you twice. That will be a 19 on the first one.
Yeah, fuck off.
And a 16 on the second one.
Yeah, fuck off.
Four damage on the first one. 7 damage on the second one. All right. Ilya, your turn.
I have a question, DM, and forgive me, this is gonna sound like a fucking stupid question.
Okay.
I have a quarterstaff.
Sure.
Looking at my damage rolls, I have 2 different damage rolls. Why do I have 2 different damage rolls?
One-handed, two-handed.
Yes.
I believe.
Okay. Then I'm going to use my quarterstaff to... Well, first of all, I'm going to move over to the one that's attacking Altair, take out my quarterstaff, and I'm going to try and smack him across the back of the head with it.
Go for it.
You actually probably should have been able to reach from where you were sitting.
It's only a 5-foot reach. That's a 19 to hit.
That definitely hits.
So two-handed smack is gonna be 7 points of damage.
Okie dokie. All right. That has been calculated.
There we go. That's me. That's all I can do.
Awesome. All right, so the one that is extremely weak at the moment is going to go up to Allura.
Oh boy.
Quick, bring out your coaster.
The first one misses.
Okay.
The second one misses.
Hey.
He slips on the coaster.
Yeah.
Zurin, you're about to get attacked too, actually.
Oh boy.
That one definitely hits. It's 19 plus 5. That one also hits. That one is
Of course
a
it does.
19 total. So 3 points of slashing on the first one. And 7 slashing on the second one.
Jeez, a Lou.
Oh boy.
That stings.
And
Tell me about it. Because I
this
get hit for about a third of my HP.
this one is going to go stand in. Oh, no, too far. Stand right in front of the door. Zurin, you're up.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Fuck them up.
I am very angry with the one that just touched me, so Zern is going to go 20 feet in the air. And he's going to shoot him with no banyan.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, that for sure hits.
Okay. And 18 damage.
Ooh.
Oh, fuck him up.
That's a lot of damage.
Good.
Damn.
Emotional damage.
For
I'm
touching
tempted
me,
to use a
nasty
different
thing.
D6 if this keeps going the way it is.
I'm going to maintain Blood Curse of the Eyeless on the original one.
Okay.
And that was my turn.
All right. Altair.
Oh. There we go. 19.
That hits.
For 3.
Okie dokie.
Womp womp.
I mean, that was 3. Hold on. That was 3 out of a possible 4.
Damn, dude, get good.
I'm sorry. I'm a spellcaster. I'm.
I don't go bonk. I go boom.
Yeah.
Maybe someone should have bought a gun.
With what money?
I have 4 coins left.
That wasn't enough.
All right, Altair, are you doing anything else?
I mean, not really.
Okie dokie.
I think it might have been enough to buy a bullet and you could just thrown it at it.
Allura, it's your turn.
Okay, we're going for the guy that's right next to us again.
Okay.
2 hits. First one definitely doesn't hit. Second one is a 19. That hits.
That does indeed.
So I'll roll for the hit.
You also get sneak damage because you are 5 feet away from an ally.
So what's that adding?
Should be
Your sneak attack damage dice.
Yeah, your sneak attack damage dice.
So that's 1d6 plus the d6 plus 2, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I'll roll for the
Yep.
initial damage first, which is a total of 6.
Okay.
And for the sneak damage, 4. So that's a total for 10.
All right, so it is dead.
Nice.
dead
That's
or
me.
unconscious? Because
No, it's
I
dead,
feel
dead.
okay, then
Okay.
we just murdered someone in this fucking town.
Okay.
Now,
D&D question.
yeah, go with your question, and then I'll make a statement before you end your turn.
If I make both attacks, can you or can you not still hold a reaction?
Okay, that is dependent on the DM. I allow reactions.
Okay.
Because reactions are technically a separate action altogether.
Yeah.
But you must state exactly what you're going to do for that reaction.
Oh, I have every intent of doing that. I just wanted to know if I'm allowed to do it.
You're allowed to do it depending on exactly what you're going to do.
Okay, well, I'm going to hold a reaction to stab with a short sword.
That you cannot.
That you cannot do.
I can't hold an attack reaction. Okay.
No.
Not if you attack. Like when I did it, I literally stated I am holding a reaction to attack by not doing anything.
That is correct. Now, before
I
you
see.
end your turn, Mayhem did bring up a valid point. When you take down an enemy, you have two options, typically, when bringing an enemy down. You can do what's called non-lethal, which means that they don't die, that you just knock them the fuck out. Or two, you can outright murder them. So when you took down the Werelyken, are you intent on murdering them, or are you intent on knocking them out?
I was considering that this was going to be a knockout, but apparently I've just killed it. So...
Well, you need to tell me that. So are you? So this is based off of your decision, not mine.
I'd like to go for a knockout if I can.
Okay, that is non-lethal. So you have knocked this person out. They are unconscious.
Okay.
Okay. With that, that is the end of your turn. That was that was 2 rounds. Okay. So this is round 3. The Werelyken is going to attack Ilya. That one misses.
What did it roll?
A 2 on the die. That one will hit. That's an 18 on the die plus 5. So that is max damage. So 6, 7, 8 slashing damage. And that will be the end of its turn. Going back to you, Ilya.
Okay. This is curiosity because I've never done this before in a D&D session, and I'm wanting to learn more than anything. Improvised weapons. How do you DM them?
So, typically, I go based off a strength modifier plus, depending on the weapon of choice. So, say like a bottle, for example, I usually go like +1. But if it's something like a lot bigger than a bottle, then I increase the modifier dependent on the size, the weight, so on and so forth. That's how I do it. There are other people that have gone as far as to actually give them like their own damage calculations, like 1d4, 1d6, or whatever. I don't have that kind of time. So I go the easy route and make it to where that you base it off your strength modifier plus the modifier equal to whatever weapon that you decide to use.
Okay. So, for instance, if I wanted to pick up the bar stool that's to my rear and smack this Werelyken over the head with it, what would you make me roll?
So I would, instead of making you roll an attack, I would make you roll like a strength check, essentially. If you succeed on that, then you would just hit, essentially, against their DC. And the modifier would be, like I stated, it would be your strength modifier plus, in this case, I would make it like a +2. And that's how much damage you would do.
The reason I ask is because my strength isn't -1.
So you would deal one damage. 1 damage.
For smacking them with a bar stool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I'm
Doesn't
just gonna
sound
keep.
worth it to me.
I'm just gonna keep on going with my quarterstaff then.
Yeah. Sounds like a better plan to me,
Let
boss.
Let me pull that motherfucker up again. Okay. 14 to hit.
That does hit.
Still a two-handed swing. This time I'm going for the rib cage. That is 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I'm good.
Alrighty.
Here we go.
That one's down. All right, so that one is going to attack Zurin and Allura. So one for
Zern
each.
is 20 feet in the air.
That brings up a very good question. Nope, I had to make the choice. Okay. So it has an ability to where it can reach that high, but I have to choose to either do that and not attack for that turn and be like really high up in the air for the turn, or go in and make the attacks. So I am not going to waste a jump just to go in and be able to hit you a couple of times. So I'm going to instead attack Allura twice.
Toll.
Grow
I'm
some
not
wings, motherfucker.
I'm not gonna do the fucking difficult thing. I'm gonna target the squishy one.
The first one will hit.
Literally.
The first one will hit.
Damn it.
The second one does not hit.
Okay. What are you hitting me for?
5 slashing damage.
5. That could be worse.
Okay, so that
It'd be a
is
shame stayed worse.
that one's turn.
Still
The
a
one
fifth of my health in one shot.
the one at the door is going to remain there and hold a reaction.
Oh god.
Zurin, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna smack the one that just smacked Alira.
Okay.
Dirty 20 again.
Mm-hmm.
I have plans.
And 14.
Yep. All right. Are you doing lethal or non-lethal?
Non-lethal.
That's dead, isn't it? Or knocked out.
It's knocked out. Yep.
Yeah.
You go sleepy.
Bye-bye.
You go take a nap. Anyway.
Good,
Nap,
because then that,
nap.
that leaves my path very nice and open and clear for what I plan to do next.
And I'm going to use my Blood Curse of the Eyeless on the one at the door.
All right. Cool. Altair, your turn.
Shinny.
Hold on. Let him cook.
I
Hold
think it's
up.
burning.
Hold up. Let him cook.
His mic could be being a bitch.
Could be.
If he
Yeah.
yes,
Yes,
if
it is.
quit stirring the pot with your mic. That's not how it's used.
Pull it out of you. No.
Yep, Amy, don't go there.
Yeah, I'm
Don't fall down that rabbit hole.
Oh, it's too late for falling down the rabbit hole, but it is not too late to stop sharing.
We've got enough
She's
Robs
already-
as it is. We don't need another.
She's already neck deep in the rabbit hole.
Ooh.
I need to buy. We need to buy Shinny a new microphone.
We
need
really do.
There's a lot of things Shinny needs.
There's a lot of things that you need by the fucking sound of things. as
You
well.
are correct, sir.
A fucking slap might be one of them.
Slap on my ass cheeks, apparently.
I tell you,
Apparently, you're already getting that.
If I slap your ass cheeks, they won't stop wobbling until New Year's.
Look, listen, just because I have a fat ass with a PHT instead of a FAT, listen, Alright.
Man, that was fucking savage.
Oh my! Settle down, Ginger. You're going
That
to
was
attack.
evil.
I'll allow it.
As DM, you'll allow.
As a DM, I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. Starting to sound like
Oh
fucking
my
Marshall from
God.
How I Met Your Mother.
I'll let fucking Mayhem roll his nat 20 for the day. It's fine.
You know, Mayhem, I love getting a new dart.
Oh, I've got another one. I just can't say it whilst Tony's live.
Mm.
DM it to me right fucking now.
Harder.
Harder, daddy. It's the controller. By the way, 17 to hit for 4. Okay, cool.
Mayhem. Oh my God.
Which one? I'll tell you.
Oh Jesus.
Alright.
I'm guessing it's the one standing right in front of him.
For the time being, Shinny, if you can hear me, just go ahead and just mute your mic until you get all that fixed, and then when you get it fixed, you can come right back, and then just type for the time being to let me know what you want to do. All right.
Yes, I'm with you, Mayhem. Don't worry.
I would try turning it on and off again. We'll start with that.
Fuck's sake.
Allura.
Okay. Good. My path is open. So you know what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick up this little stone coaster on the floor next to me.
All right. You pick it up.
And Allura is going to launch this stone coaster at the by the door.
Yeet!
Remind me what I'm rolling for this, because it's been a while.
Okay, so
Was it a strength or a dex check?
So I always, for something in this scenario, go with strength based. There are instances like throwing knives where it is dex based, but in this case, because it is an object that you are not proficient in, and also it is not technically used as a weapon, it will be strength based.
Funnily enough, I'm not proficient in stone drinks coasters. Right. Come on, baby. Come on.
Funny enough, there is a feat for that.
He yells at him at the door, "Use a coaster, bastard!"
Oh,
How about now?
that's not
It's
hitting.
better. Not hitting? Okay, what'd you roll?
5.
5? Okay. You move it to about right there.
See out the window.
No, hey, no. That is. I will not have this.
Yeah, you throw.
I have a better throw than that. And
for a 5, you throw it right there, my friend. You throw it
You're
right
lucky
there.
it was able to come out of your hand.
God, well, no, that would be a nat 1. A nat 1 would be me throwing it straight down into my foot.
Yeah, that's what would have exactly happened, and you would have taken some damage for that.
I probably would have. Yeah, stubbed toe.
How I know it's not the mic, it's every headset. Okay. Yeah, all I can hear is static from you, Shinny. So
yeah, your controller's
it's your controller needs to go just like that rock, but a little ways further and yeet itself.
Through a window.
Through a window to the wall. Anyway.
Preferably a window that is some height above the ground.
Okay. So that I'm assuming that is the end of Laura's turn.
No.
Okay, I will wait.
I can still move.
You can indeed.
I can walk.
I can tiptoe.
I'm gonna move here. No, I'm gonna move here.
Yeah.
For the rest of my turn.
Okay.
Now, and that is my turn.
Cool. Now something's going to happen at the end of your turn because this was round 3. Okay. So none of you really noticed it, and I haven't moved the token for this very reason, but the bar maiden actually went and left and has just come back. The way you know this is you hear a gunshot behind you. All of you turn around and see her with this massive 3-barreled shotgun pointing straight up at the ceiling, and then she points it to the were-lichen closest to Altair, and she goes in, points it at that were-lichen, and says, "Let me find the script."
An unprepared DM.
Reach for the
Imagine
sky.
that.
Nah, she looks to the were-lichen and says, "All right, you idiots. I love a good bar fight as much as the next gal, but this is getting old really fast. The next one of yous who throws a punch is going to get a face full of this shotgun, and if you're wondering what's in the barrel, yes, there are silver fucking bullets in here. Now go on, get."
Ooh.
She said the next one to throw a punch.
That includes anything, Amy.
Do bullets count?
Do drinks coasters count?
But the were-lichen thinks about it for a second, is going to roll an insight check.
Cool.
Oh yeah, he fucking passed on that. Yeah, he knows that she's not playing around. So he retracts his claws back in, goes over and picks up his two buddies and drags them outside, and they leave. So we're going to put them down over here.
See ya, fuckers.
See ya, fuckers.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us.
You see her pop
This town
open.
ain't big enough for the 1,
You
2, 3.
So you see her pop the barrel open and pull out these ginormous fucking shotgun shells out of all 3 barrels and set them on the counter, put the barrel back into its socket and hang it on the wall, and then put the bullets underneath the shelf. And then looks.
I've got the perfect video for you guys. I'm just gonna try and find this.
She looks to all of you and says, "Sorry about that."
Zern's gonna come back down from being up in the air and just look at her and be like, "Where can I get shells like that?"
I make them, sweetie.
I want some.
I don't think your guns are big enough to handle what I'm capable of making.
They're magical.
Even so.
What the fuck is this video? I'm trying to find it. I got it! I fucking got it!
You wouldn't mind making like smaller versions of those for my guns, would you?
I mean,
You didn't happen to bring your crafting kit with you, did you?
Check the voice chat messages. This is what the DMs just made me think of.
The smaller bullets you can get anywhere, darling. You can get them at pretty much just any store around here, to be honest with you.
Well, here's another question: is that kind pretty much dominant in population around the area to where I would have to purchase them?
If you want to get through were creatures around here, then silver bullets are the way to go, yes.
In terms of population, though, are they like...
It's a 50-50. There's half were creatures and half of our kind. And then it's a little less than half for our kind. There's a bunch of humans around here too, but humans are not as well known around these parts anymore. It's mostly were creatures and the Anorans, the elvish kind.
The annoying? What? I'll probably get.
I feel like I need to upgrade my arsenal.
I mean, remember that we do have I'm pretty sure we have at least a half elf in our group.
Yeah, it's me.
Just pipes up. It's me. Damn it!
Yeah, I'm the one. I'm making self-deprecating jokes here.
I was gonna say,
think
in that case, I
allowed.
stand by the. In that case, I stand by the annoying reference.
Yeah, exactly. Shut the fuck up.
Oh my.
I can make self-deprecating jokes as much as I want.
Now that her chain's been released.
But she does that thing where she leans over the counter and looks to all of you and says, "So, I know you just ate and all of that, but are you guys needing a room?" And beyond me, due to the fact that you guys just got yourselves into a little heap of trouble.
At this point, it's nothing we couldn't handle, but I'm pretty sure we're probably going to need a room for the night.
Oh, don't you worry yourselves scarce or anything like that. I'll go ahead and get your room set up for you, and I'll give you each your own room so you ain't got to worry about, sleeping all in the same bed like most of these other heathens around here.
Well, thank you kindly, ma'am.
Now, if I remember correctly, before you guys got into that fight, I did promise dessert.
Well, Laura's just going to perk up at this and just wheel around, have her hands on the bar, and just be like, "Dessert? What? What?"
Yeah, it's dessert bagels.
There, right. So hang on. Allura's here, slamming hands on the bar. Dessert. If you're do you say this?
Yes.
All right. Allura's just gonna bolt towards the door.
They're not
looks
bagels,
over-
sweetie. What is her problem with bagels?
Ilya looks
no.
over
I have
her
no
head.
clue.
Ilya
Allura's
looks
just
over her
gonna
head towards Allura and
cautiously
goes,
approach.
What are you gonna do, Ilya?
"No, it's fine."
Like, I have no clue what her problem with bagels are. Bagels are amazing.
I'm just gonna shoot an evil glare at Altair at this.
Well, let me go and get y'all a plate right quick, and then y'all can sit around and talk amongst yourselves and tell me about yourselves a little bit and let me know where you guys come from. But I'll be right back. I'll bring you some dessert real
The
quick.
future.
The future.
The
So
past, the past, the future, present.
she walks back to the back. And she's gone for a couple of minutes. And what she brings out, if I can find it. Here we go. I saw it the other day and I thought it was pretty cool. So this is what she gives you guys. For all of you that are in the Discord video, you can see a picture of it.
We have an images channel for this reason, right?
Well, I don't want to download it, then drag it into the images, and it's just blah, blah. Like,
Yeah, you can copy image and then paste it in images.
copy image,
Parfait.
paste.
Images, text channel, paste in.
There
the
you.
thing.
Okay, yep, that
Yeah.
worked.
Yeah, there's a wonderful thing with Discord that means you don't actually have to download pictures.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
fun.
glad I know that now because that would save me a shit ton more time. Anyway,
You're welcome.
but that is the dessert that she brings out for each of you. You each get your.
Tony not knowing things.
Look. We're not going to get into that. But she brings each of
Hey.
you one of those.
Just remember, Tony, you won today.
I know I did.
Each one of those.
So I'm
Holy
still in a
shit.
good mood.
Oh, I'm gonna eat and get fat and sassy.
I think you're already one of those things.
So
I'll
here's
leave it to you to determine which.
here's my question then, Allura. Do you take a bite?
Oh, why did you have to load that? God damn it.
Dear God,
No, I'm not
please-
being the first
please-
person to do it. Allura is
No.
instead gonna do the anime thing where she starts sort of looking at it with like stars in her eyes.
Who's going to take the first bite?
I'm not being the one to do this.
Oh, for goodness sakes. Zern will take the first bite.
Cool.
Way to take one for the team, buddy.
If I die, I know where I'm going anyway.
Oh, you won't. So you won't die.
mean home?
I'll give you that. I'll give you the clarification of that.
Oh, jeez.
You'll be going home, Zern. That's where you'll be going.
Incoming wisdom saving throw. Calling it now.
Incoming Constitution saving throw to make sure you don't get addicted.
Going to visit my
Sir?
grandparents a lot quicker than normal.
Zurin, please roll me a D100.
Oh, jeez.
Oh. This is just to determine what it tastes like, first of all.
Where are the custom rolls at?
Just in the chat put slash R
Oh, there it is.
space 1D100.
No, I found it. 63.
63.
Damn, it was almost a nice number.
Almost a square number, yeah.
Zurin, in front of you, you see a solid black bullet appear in front of you.
Amy, I would like to point something out. It was almost 69.
I know where your brain went. My brain went to a mathematics thing.
Like, when I say solid black, I'm talking like from the top to the bottom of the bullet is completely obsidian.
Yeah, like jet black. I'm with you.
Alright, well, Zern's going to pick it up and just kind of eyeball it and just be like, what in the heck is this?
The bartender looks at you and says, "Oh, that's a good one. Lets you shoot the darkness spell out of your gun."
Oh, I see how this is gonna work. Okay.
Like causing everything to go pitch black, darkness?
Yeah.
Like casting the darkness spell, yeah.
It's like you're casting the darkness spell, but you're doing it through your gun.
Alright.
You know, like any civilized person would.
Well, Zern's going to pocket it and be like, well, that's a nice little trick.
Now, what you taste, however, is you taste a variety of different flavors, but the biggest flavor that you taste out of the whole cup is licorice.
Ugh.
But it's not like the bitter licorice. It's more like the American.
What are the kinds of licorice are there?
There's a lot. But it's like a sweet licorice, like a.
There's only
Black cherry licorice?
Not
strawberry.
It would be like a black cherry.
Licorice is aniseed and by nature is bitter. Fucking vile as well. I'll put that out there.
And the fact that there are people that like that flavor.
Ugh, no, thank you.
All right, who's taking the next bite?
Fuck it.
Fuck it, I'll do it.
All right,
Yeah, fuck it.
Ilya,
Mm-hmm.
I heard you first, so go ahead and roll me a D100.
Okay, in
Oh,
that case, there's
fuck.
got to be a lag.
Give me 1 sec. Hold on. Where the fuck is it? Yeah, fuck it. You'll do. Uh, 34.
34.
Summons an all gold bullet that has power word kill on it. What?
So,
Oh no! I realize why Mayhem's laughing. Oh,
So-
Oh well.
Fucking
Well, my roll's in chat.
all right, so Ilya, with your
Yes,
roll,
Padney?
you taste butterscotch.
Oh, I like.
Oh god, it is a gold one.
You taste butterscotch. Your strength modifier goes from being a -1 to a +1 permanently.
Oh.
Oh shit!
Not
How
bad.
Okay. I'm gonna change this on my character sheet right now, but I
Yep.
need you to confirm with me because you've used D&D Beyond as well.
Yep.
Do I change my stat from a 9 to a 13 to do that?
You are correct.
12 is when it goes up to +1 originally.
Oh fuck, Tony.
I see. Uh-oh.
Tony,
Yeah. What's up, bud?
there's a problem.
What's that?
You had me make Ilya using standard array.
I
I can't change it.
okay.
Uh-oh.
I
So
can change. Okay. Hold on. I can change it. I just need to. I need to go about it a really clumsy way.
yeah,
So
I was
give me-
fixing to say because if I remember correctly, it's kind of like dumb the way you're gonna have to do it, but you're gonna have to put it in manually.
Yep.
And that will be the way you go about doing that. But you taste butterscotch as far as what your dessert tastes like, and your strength modifier goes up from a -1 to a +1 permanently. I see Altair's roll of a 97.
Si, senor.
There's power word kill.
Okay.
We hear
So,
Tony start crackling, then we know that's what happened.
all right. So, for you, you taste hints of lime.
Okay.
Like it's a very sweet lime. It's almost like a key lime pie flavor.
Alright.
In front
We
of
doing
you,
good. We doing good.
in front of you, you see an emerald ring.
And you can now speak Spanish. What?
Sí, señor.
¿Por qué?
¿Por qué? Sí, señor.
¿Cómo estás?
Taco Bell.
It's no kilo Taco Bell to you.
Fire in the disco.
Chalupa.
There's a reason I'm over here laughing about this.
I'm waiting to see what you do with the ring.
Well, I'm going to put it on.
All right.
Oh, geez.
Immediately turns invisible.
You have
Oh,
to
no.
you have to attune to it. You have to attune to it, so it doesn't really do anything right now. But you do get the sense of what it does once you become attuned to it. The moment you put it on your finger, you now are resistant to necrotic damage as long as the ring is on your finger.
Sounds pretty agreeable to me.
So undead, no touchy.
Undead, no touchy. No bueno.
No, it's no bueno.
Muy caliente.
No habla. No habla.
Enough. Puta gringos, no touchy.
Oh, okay.
Gente nevoco loco puta.
I've got my roll, by the way.
What I was fixing to say, what is your roll?
2.
2?
Also,
Yours is the yours is the easiest one to do. Okay, so
tastes like a normal cupcake.
no. So here's what happens. Allura, you eat the entire thing. You taste
Of course I
nothing.
fucking do.
You taste nothing, but it fills back up.
Oh no.
No, it's the bagel all over
It's
again.
the
Except she's not
fucking
compelled to
bagel.
eat it.
It's the cup saying, try again.
Yeah, it tastes literally like nothing. It's like you're eating nothing, right? But
Okay.
as soon as you finish it, it fills itself back up.
Okay. So it doesn't taste of anything, but does it? Do I feel like I've actually eaten something?
No,
So I don't even feel full.
no.
So you should eat it again.
Mm-hmm.
This is basically just a roll again, isn't it?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
exactly what it
pretty
is.
All right, Allura goes for round 2.
Please roll another 2.
I don't know, Shinny. I'm fixing up for. Oh, so close.
What'd you get?
So close. 67.
67.
so fucking close, man. I saw the 6 first. I was like, oh.
Oh, you're about to get a square number?
You get power word kill cast on you.
No, oh shit! New character sheet time. No, I saw the 6. I was like, oh, is this gonna be a 9? Huh?
No. You were working towards a square number.
Yeah, totally, totally.
Okay.
Pull that shit with me.
Yours has a very subtle hint of vanilla.
Okay.
A white ring appears in front of you.
Okay.
What do you do?
Put it on, of course.
Okay. You have to attune to it before you can use it. But
As expected.
just like Altair, you know what it
Need cold.
does. You know what it does the moment you put it on your finger.
Okay.
Need cold.
Twice per day, you can cast Cure Wounds using the ring.
Okay. So that means, in theory, I could actually cast it 3 times a day.
Oh yeah, that's right, because of your patron.
Because I have a first level cure wounds in my...
Yeah, so you already have Cure Wounds, but think of this as like you have 2 free Cure Wounds per day.
Is there a name to this ring so I can add it to my inventory?
Not really, no. This is like a wild magic effect kind of thing where it just spontaneously gives you an item that does something with no name. So you could just put cure wounds ring and that will kind of benefit.
Ring of touchy healy.
Ring of touchy healy.
Its name shall be Bob.
I watched that film recently.
They call me Tim?
By what name are you known? There are some who call me
Tim? You should ask Rob about the nice little quote I did from that. What was it, yesterday?
No.
They were all highly impressed. Okay, so you guys finish your desserts, and like I said, you got your varying flavors. You got your items that came from said meal. That was all spontaneous, depending on the flavor that you got.
Or in my case, semi-spontaneous because I had to eat it twice.
She looks to you and says, "Okay, well, if you guys want to, you can hang around the bar for a little bit, and I will go and get your rooms ready and bring you back your keys." And she wanders off. So
Allura's just gonna be absent-mindedly wondering if she has an unknown innate ability to just regenerate food. Thinking back to the bagel incident and now observing the regenerating ice cream.
you wave your hand over the cup and it doesn't regenerate.
It doesn't fucking happen yet.
Picks the cup upstairs intently. Refill. Refill.
Yeah, this is gonna become like a fixation for Allura on a power she doesn't fucking have.
By the way, Tony, did you look in general obsession?
Yeah, fucking Taco Bell. The thing I can't.
Oh yeah,
the thing I can't eat.
that's another one. Did any of you check the video I sent in the voice?
Yeah, that was a pretty big ass fucking shotgun.
Yeah, when Tony mentioned about the giant magazine, or not magazine, but shells in the shotgun, that's all I could fucking think of.
All I can think of is like a fucking 12 gauge shell with a 3-inch silver spike coming out the end of it.
But I will say this, it's the 4 of you in here, you're all sitting at the bar. The sheriff literally hasn't moved at all, and yes, it is the sheriff because you can tell by the badge that's sitting on the right side of her chest. But she's got her head down. She's been literally asleep this whole fucking time.
the word sheriff on the badge is misspelled, and it actually says sheriff.
Chef.
No regrets.
No
It's,
regrets.
it's a joke from West of Loathing. It's such a good game.
So what do you guys do now that you're just sitting here, kind of just
Well, you know what I'm doing. I'm fixating on
Trying
my
to
magic,
refill an empty
my
food
magic
in the
powers of
cup.
food regeneration.
I would say before she actually walked off, I got actual food as well.
Well, you guys ate in the last session. She brought you your meals the
Yeah,
last
we
session.
had the
Oh, yeah,
actual
yeah, yeah, yeah.
meals last
Oh yeah,
session
because that's
before we
right.
got
Because there's
interrupted.
also no drinking limit here,
Yeah.
so I'm doing what I'm doing right now.
Yeah,
We
right.
can get fucked up.
Zern's gonna mosey over to the person in the bar stool. He does notice the sheriff badge, though, right?
You do see the sheriff badge. It's plain as day.
The
He's gonna
Sheriff.
make his way over to her and kind of elbow nudge her and just be like, "I'm surprised you slept through all this. Are you even alive?"
What do you want?
I check general session. I got it here for you.
Well, first off, Zern's gonna hold up his hands the moment she does that and just be like, "Gee, burst, lady, settle down. All right, I'm just making sure you're alive." And I'm surprised you didn't notice the little quarrel we just had in here.
What quarrel? Quarrel? There was a quarrel? There was a fight? What fight? There was a fight? What?
Oh, she's high as a kite.
I have a question.
Okay.
Is she a Harrigan?
You don't know?
Zern's gonna kind of look at the bar.
No. This is actually to you, the DM. You've given us no descriptor. Is she a Harrigan?
No.
She should be. She should be a white Harrigan. Especially with what you just did.
Yeah. Now what are you doing, Zern?
He's gonna he's holding up his hands, just basically like, settle down first off. And he's gonna kind of look past her towards the top of the bar and just kind of look at her and be like, "How many of those fruit parfaits have you had recently?"
Calm. I am calm. I was totally calm. I was asleep. You woke me up. You scared the shit out of me. I haven't had any of the desserts.
I mean, are you late? Are you late to a very important date?
Date? Late? No.
Is this-
Rabbit.
Why you asking?
Is-
You want to go on a date? I go on a date.
That escalated
Okay.
quickly.
Let's wind it back. Come on,
Charisma
then.
score there, Tony.
That escalated real fast.
Let's just tone it down. We're not trying to go on any kind of rambunctious little escapades here.
Tone it down. Tone
Yeah.
what down? Tone your voice down. Tone my voice down. Am I talking too loud? Am I talking too fast? What am I doing? Why am I here?
Oh,
How are you? How in the
here.
nine hells are you sheriff?
I'm not gonna say it.
White rabbit.
I'm the
How
sheriff.
many
I was given the badge.
Please.
The badge was given to me. I'm in control of the town. The town is in control of me. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to do. I'm scared.
Is the barmaid here or is she gone away?
No, she's gone away to go and set your rooms up.
Okay.
How many snozberries have you licked?
What's a snozberry? Do you have any snozberries? Will they help? Will they calm me down?
Okay, Zern's gonna kind of put his hand on his forehead and just kind of sidestep back to where he was, and just be like, "Never mind."
Good talk, good talk, good talk. And then she turns around and slams literally her head back into the desk and she's out.
Okay, so law enforcement here sucks balls. They
Yeah,
just
they
give the
can't
badge out
spell,
like
apparently either.
they just give the badge out like a freaking participation trophy here.
Tell me I'm wrong. with what I just posted in general session.
Oh my god.
I have no idea because I'm not listening to it.
I don't need to. I think I've
West
heard it
of
before.
Loathing.
Yeah, it's the Sheriff building.
Sure.
I want it to be canon, honestly.
Sure.
I want to just have a misspelled Sheriff badge.
Oh my.
Yeah, someone coded it wrong.
No. If you've never played a Kingdom of Loathing game before, believe me, that's intentional.
Several minutes go by, and the barmaiden comes back with 4 sets of silver keys and hands them one to each of you.
I'm just gonna look at the barmaid, point down the bar at the freaking sheriff,
Sharf.
and ask her how in the hell did that
Would know.
become sheriff?
Not by choice, darling.
Without lifting her gaze from the empty ice cream glass, Allura's just gonna reach.
Wait.
over
I have a question.
empty.
Yep.
When did the cupcakes become ice cream?
They look
Okay.
like giant. Hang on a minute. He never
Also,
posted
where-
it in images, did he? Posted it in... You never
Oh.
actually posted the image anywhere, Tony.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
Where?
Like I saw it pop up that he posted it.
It's
In the
gone
session
now.
voice
If
chat?
he ever did.
Session voice chat.
Oh,
I'm
is it
looking
in the
right at
session
it.
voice?
Oh, you put it in
Right.
the voice chat.
I was
okay.
looking in the images channel. Yeah, that is. That's ice cream.
No,
That is not ice cream.
No, those are
That looks
cookies
like
stacked
one of
on top
that
of
Those
each
looks
are
other.
like
cookies.
one of those big like
those are cookies with cream.
massive dessert sharing things.
Yeah, but it's cookies with like cream or something.
They're just
Yeah,
now
it's like-
finding the actual dessert they were supposed to eat. Which is fine. You got past all that.
Okay, well, Allura's looking at the empty glass of whatever that fucking thing was. Without lifting her gaze, just takes the keys.
I was going to say, what are those called?
I
did you
just
just find
consider
the
them
image?
like big sharing desserts.
So
We don't have a name. We don't have a name for them over here. That is literally just cookies with whipped cream and fucking chunks of shit on
So-
top of it.
hold up.
Looks good though.
Yeah.
So this is mostly a US thing, but you'll know the reference of what it was based off of when I say the name. It's a different variant of a tiramisu.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like a
Ew,
tiramisu
no
in a
thank you.
cup. It's like a
No, thank
tiramisu. But it's a US variant. It's a different form of a tiramisu.
No thanks.
Too late. You done ate it.
Twice.
Fucking twice, yeah.
I could have gave you bagels, but I didn't. So there's that.
I'm never gonna get
Shoulda
to
gave her
live
bagels.
that down, am I?
Nope.
I'm never gonna get to live that down.
You should gave her bagels because of the winning day that you're having.
Nah, I'm still trying to be nice, but she hands each of you a key, though. Like I said, silver key. She does answer Zurin's question, but she says it in such a way to where that like it seems like she's holding back on the answer to a degree. But she vaguely answers the question and says that she was given the role not by choice.
Insight check.
Okay. Go for it.
21.
Oh yeah, she's hiding something.
Baby.
For sure. She's
I
not
look at her.
she's not lying to you, but she is hiding something.
I look at her and I say to her, With all due respect, miss, that doesn't sound like the whole story.
Waiting for it now. Persuasion check.
How long have you been in town?
Less than a
Not
day.
long. Not long enough, yet still too long.
Have you come across a group of people walking around the town wearing either robes, like you're inside of a church, or
And are white?
two
Oh,
very fancy attire with a sigil on the chest?
The mayor, supposedly.
Did he have a sigil on his chest? I don't remember.
But yes, they did. They had the sigils of the skull crossbone guns with the skull head.
So you have come across a few of them. I see. Towns ran by a gang of sorts, called the
The
Wyvern.
Wyvern Kings.
Yeah, the Wyvern Kings. Yep. They control this entire territory. It's one of the main reasons why that magic has become outlawed.
And I'm guessing not by choice, they're just basically handing out the position of sheriff to anyone who's incompetent enough to take the position.
Yes and no.
Someone they can control easily.
Definitely yes on that one. But did you know? Did she talk to you at all?
Rather hyper quick, like she was a rabbit.
Yeah, don't you think that's a little odd?
Well, I'm pretty sure she's meant to lead us somewhere. Like all white rabbits.
Yeah, the elves seem a little bit more edgy than elves normally are supposed to be.
There is a reason for that.
How much of her magic did they cut off from her?
Oh, not only did they cut her off from her magic, but they did something else for her.
It's almost like they removed her elfness.
They
Because elves don't need that much sleep. And they don't sleep that hard.
They don't normally sleep at all. They only meditate.
I'm going to show you this. And this is between us. But what I'm about to show you is the results of refusing the Wyvern Kings and what they do.
Besides a brand?
Not really a brand, no. But you'll see when I show it to you. She pulls down her left arm. You see puncture wounds.
Were you injected with something?
Or were you bitten?
Both. The ones that can shift fully are the ones who obeyed. The ones who can't shift are the ones like us, but were given a serum that negates the transformation, but replaces the transformation with a form of torture using drugs to the point to where you become addicted. And she is one of those. She is addicted. She is trying to get off of the addiction. But once you become addicted, it's very
over.
difficult to stop. It's taken me almost, I want to say 30 to 50 years for me to get off of it.
So not only do they mark the people here, the
They
ones
turn
who
them. They turn them into crack addicts as well.
and they choose
Yes.
who they allow to fully transform.
To a degree, you are correct. There are those
This sounds like
that
government type shit.
there are those, like you mentioned before, the ones we call the suits. They don't transform at all. They have not been given the gift. It's kind of like I don't know if you have them in your parts, but you know of ghouls with vampires, where the ghouls serve the vampires in the daytime, but they've not fully turned. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's like that, where they're they're not given the gifts of the transformation, but they're allowed to serve those that are able to transform and have a higher power. And by doing so, they are given gifts, which is why that they're able to have all the riches and the glory and all that mumbo jumbo. But for those of us that resisted, this is what happened. And we got the bottom of the barrel. A matter of fact, this bar here, while I do run it, it is not owned by me. Not anymore.
Ilya looks at the barmaid and says, "I want 3 shots of whatever you got."
Make it double.
Sure. She goes and grabs a couple of things and makes a couple of doubles and then passes it.
Well, no, as in basically make 2 sets.
I got you. Okay, so she goes and does that for all of you.
Zern's not going to take any of that because he's a reformed alcoholic.
Yeah, he's been sober for a day.
Oh yeah, that's a point.
Has it been a day, or is it a little more?
no, it's been longer than
Or,
that. It's been a few days.
Been a few
Who
days.
focused on the empty glass to drink? I will milk this for all it's worth.
Like the bagels?
No, you guys are milking the bagels.
Do you like any cream cheese with that, Allura?
Shut up! I can do this.
Would you like it toasted?
But she hands all of you the glasses, and like, if you don't want to drink it, that's fine. But she's just giving it to you out of common courtesy. But after
My character will drink Zern's share.
I'll drink
do.
the rest.
But she goes on to tell
God.
you that the ones that work here is her and her brother. Her brother stays in the office, and he never comes out except to eat. And as soon as he gets done eating, he goes right back to the office.
So he's
But
a recluse.
what do they call him? I've heard.
With that description you just gave, he's a recluse.
Yeah,
He's an introvert.
yeah, that's the word. That's the word I heard before. Is introvert. Yeah, he's one of those. But
Now, is it by choice or by for safety?
both. He had his magic stripped from him too.
Oh.
His was more painful than mine was. So even though I no longer have my magic, I can still, to a degree, see and feel it. So they can never take that away. I can sense that if not all 4 of you have some varying degree of magic.
Mhm.
Albeit that you're not as proficient at it as I once was, but that's neither here nor there. That's something that comes with time.
We're just now coming into our innate ability, so to speak.
But
I'm trying to hone
let
some
me
new
give
ones.
you a vivid description of what it was like to have the magic stripped from you.
Oof.
Imagine, if you will, that everything you know about yourself, everything, from the way you look to the way you walk, the way that you fix your hair in the morning, the way that you get dressed before a long day, the way you put your makeup on, whatever those things that you do, everything that defines who you are gets physically stripped from your body to a point that it is so painful that even the devil cries.
Grandpa, why you crying?
I was waiting for it.
Did someone steal your sweet roll?
Or
Oh,
your
God.
cinnamon raisin bagel.
More like sourdough. But
Used to be an adventurer like you.
But then I took a sourdough bagel to the mouth.
Is Altair actually saying all of these bagel jokes?
I mean, if that conversation happened in game, then yes.
no, it didn't.
Right, because Allura was ready to raise the fist at that joke.
Anyway, but she does go and relay all that to you guys. She shows you the scars of the puncture wounds on her left arm. She goes and also states that the sheriff over there, even though she's young and naive, she wanted to stand up to the Wyvern Kings, and in doing so, they turned her into an addict. So she goes once a day to get her injections, and she, by doing so, is allowed to go in and maintain her job, which is sheriff. But she was given that position because of exactly what you stated before. They can control her, they can monitor her, and keep an eye on her to run the town as they see fit.
Boy, if we don't get rid of these guys pretty soon, it's going to spill out into everything that we know.
Just if I could make a word of advice, just because of how the Wyvern Kings actually work. I did mention before that there was another group, the ones that wear robes. The Wyvern Kings started off as a religious cult.
Of course they did.
They worship a being. Nobody knows where this thing is at the moment. But they worship this being in the hopes that they will remain to be blessed, as they call it. Matter of fact, I'll show you an image of what they look like. It's a not really a detailed one, but it's enough to get the point across. She goes back to the back for a second, goes and brings back a book. It's an old bound leather book, wrapped in a black leather belt. She opens it up and flips a couple of pages through, and she goes and finds towards the center of the book this very long, detailed picture from one page to the other of what looks to be like a makeshift angel. But it's wrong. It doesn't look like a normal angel. It looks very wrong. It does not look like it's demonic, nor does it look like an actual angel would look. Half of its features do look angelic. There are bits and pieces like one of its wings where it has white feathers. Then you see the other half where it's more sinister, more it looks necrotic in nature. It looks like it's undead. And it looks like it's decaying to a degree.
Ooh.
And you go to read the text underneath it. It's the only text in the book that you saw that is actually written in common. The rest of it is written in a language that you don't understand, which would be a Norran. In common, it tells the tale of this being coming from the heavens after being disgraced by the gods and was punished to go and rule the earth below. However, the curse also had additional feature where that the decaying part would curse those that worship this being by turning them into monsters, that being of the were creatures. So it is said that the blood that oozes from the side of the makeshift angel that flows into the rivers below causes the humans, the elves, and all manners of humanoids below to be able to shift and become stronger than they have been before and more animalistic in the hopes of worshiping the gods and ascending to heaven.
Oh,
Did anyone else just hear that?
Mhm.
hear what?
Strange.
So what do you do?
Slam all 3 shots.
You mean all 6?
3 for now.
Okay. If you're going with just 3, just roll a normal Constitution saving throw.
That's the wrong fucking dice, dumbass. I'm having a really shitty day. I can't even roll properly. That's how fucking bad it is. That is a dirty 20.
You're fine.
For now.
You take all 3 of those shots, and doesn't really affect you right now.
What
It-
is it that I'm drinking?
I'll let you decide. It's technically Ilya's first drink, quote unquote.
Okay, hold on.
If you can reach the bar stool.
That's what this place
I am
is,
being
by the way,
overly
Tony.
nice tonight. I don't know if I like this feeling or not.
Hey, you like what brought you to this point.
You are correct on that.
Okay.
But Tony, I also am down on my 3 and
Go ahead and make your con save then.
14.
14. You're feeling it a lot more. It's starting to weigh heavy on you.
If you know, you know.
If I know, I know.
It's cracking.
Nope. You're along the right lines, though, Shinny. I'll give you that.
Oh, I
Also,
do know that
so,
one. I do know that one.
If you know what that shit tastes like, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah. It's not
That shit, That shit legit tastes like super glue mixed with paint stripper.
Yeah, it's not my go-to. It's like I love rum, I really do, but that would not be my first choice. That would be the I'm about to commit very heinous crimes and I need to down my sorrows drink.
That alcohol is the one thing that of all my
Oh,
years of drinking that has caused me to go blackout.
Yeah, we're not yep.
ugh.
No.
I mean, I'm
thank
drinking what I
you.
posted in chat.
I'm not drinking anything.
I'm drinking water.
I'm drinking water. Sherf.
You're drinking Bruce Lee's favorite
Thank
drink.
you. I'm glad someone's remembering it.
Now, this is kind of your time to kind of get any more information that you might need. Because she's being open with you guys because there's nobody else in here apart from the four of you, the drugged out
The-
sheriff, and then her. So if there's anything you guys need to know, now is that time.
Where would be the best place to find these people?
While I must admit that I wouldn't advise going anywhere near them, you could probably find a good majority of them at the church. However, unlike the rest of us, they do have permission to cast magic.
Of course they do.
Hmm. Has this being that you've shown us, has he ever made an appearance at any time soon?
No, not once.
Does anybody know the form that this being takes?
No.
Apart from the ones that worship it, obviously.
Not even the priest himself has seen him.
Do they even know if he's real then?
I'm going to be honest. I don't believe that he is real. But the priest does make a very convincing argument that it's potentially real due to the fact of the nature of which that he is able to communicate to this said being.
We also got to think back to the conversation that we had with Locke's father. They have seen him.
Yeah. They'll know he's real.
So even if he hasn't shown himself, there's the possibility that he will eventually reveal himself.
And back.
You also don't know when nor why he will reveal himself. You have an idea as far as the why, but it's very vague. It's like extremely vague as far as the why is concerned. You don't know the when though. You just know that at the time frame of when you were sent here, you were sent here before the events that transpire. So for all you know, it could be today, could be tomorrow, it could be 20 years from now. You don't know.
Hmm.
We just know he's a coming.
You just know that the being is coming and he's coming for not so good reasons.
Well, there's the words that Zern thinks in the back of his mind that he remembers from the conversation of the being saying, cleansing all sinners. And that phrase sticks in his mind. So something religious has to happen in order for this to transpire.
Yeah. Something's coming.
And oh Lord, it coming.
I don't like the sound of it.
So I'll reiterate because it has been a while since we have discussed this, and this is the extent of what you know as far as the question of why. But again, it's going to be vague. So keep that in mind when I say what I'm about to say. You know that you have been told that the reason this being came here was because of the sinners. However, you were also told that the sinners that were apparently there in this town were people of its own kind. So they were doing something that was against the will of this being and trying to do it secretively. They failed, so the being arrived and wiped everybody out. So Zurin is
Okay.
not wrong in stating that something religious is going to happen. It's a matter of who does it, when does it happen, why does it happen, and what is it that's going to happen.
Is it? Is it too much of a far shout to turn around and guess that the church are the people that it's coming after?
That's a hypothesis.
It seems a more logical reason if it's of a religious nature and it's basically cleansing of sinners, which
So
means that it would be.
the church is corrupted in some way in the eyes of this being, and it's coming to wipe them out in order to cleanse it and restore it.
Again, hypothesis, and it's a very good hypothesis, but you still have the questions of what it is that they're doing, why they're doing it, when all of this will go down, and where.
So
I have a sneaking suspicion we're the catalyst, by the way.
We need to get into that church as soon as possible and figuring
we
out
need
what's
to
going
we
on.
need to observe. We need to blend in and observe what they do.
Yeah.
Get in
Figure out
there.
what's going on.
Get in there. Watch. Sit through a sermon. Look at how they act. Look at how they talk. Like, suss out the rhetoric and the pious nature of it, and see if there's like a common denominator.
My question is, do you say any of that out loud about attending a service?
Fuck it, sure, why not?
Okay, cool. So the barmaid looks to you and says, well, tomorrow being the Lord's Day, quote unquote, tomorrow would be the best time to do that. You could freely attend the services tomorrow morning.
I also can't dismiss the obvious fact of what Shinny just said about us also being the catalyst for what ignites the fire that gets this all started. So if we're going to do this, we're going to have to do this extremely carefully.
Yeah, he's right.
Is there any recommendations or requirements as to attending this service that we should know about?
Ilya just looks there and goes, yeah, your town don't look too good on outsiders based on the interactions that we've had so far.
Hence why that we don't get outsiders typically. I'm surprised that nobody has come to greet you already. So
No, I think
I
the
mean-
greeting came. I think the greeting came in the form of the fucking guy that gave me the, passive aggressive subtle warning not to fuck around and find out.
I was going to say, I think we came for the greeters.
Yeah.
if you don't mind me asking, what exactly did you do?
We tipped a busker.
Okay, that brings about two questions then. was this person somebody that looked like they have been in the shithole?
They
Or-
were a convicted felon for wielding magic. We had no knowledge of this fact, and apparently we caused offense to everybody within a 500-foot radius simply by paying the
Tipping him.
guy for the music that he was performing.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm going to show you this then. So she goes and puts it's going to look silly when she does it, but she lifts her right leg on top of the counter and pulls her pants leg up, and you see a
Is it the same
tattoo.
mark?
You see a tattoo around her ankle.
Mm-hmm.
It's runes.
Is it the same as what the guy had?
Yes. These
Ilias.
runes are what strips us of our magic.
Ilias slams the fourth shot and points to her ankle and goes, "Yeah, that was it."
Yeah.
By the way, somehow it's in unison with Altair doing about the same.
So both of you go ahead and make me con saves. Not with disadvantage because you only drank the one.
17.
Okay, you're fine.
Where the hell did I set my phone? Because it's got my character sheet on it.
And that's the sound of Altair hitting the floor.
Yeah, that just breaks Allura's concentration on the glass, and she's like full focus now.
Yeah, good thing I remember my modifier.
Yeah, so while Altair's rolling, she pulls her leg back down and pulls her pants leg back down.
Yeah, Tony, I hit the ground.
Okay, cool. So, like, how bad
Wow.
did you roll? Did you roll like a nat 1 or
I rolled a 6.
you rolled a 6? Okay, so I'm not going to say that you hit the ground, but you do, like, you sway a lot, and then you finally do, like, the Sheriff did, and clunk, right on the desk.
Have you ever seen if you've seen Ace Ventura, the scene where he's in the mental asylum and he
Yeah.
just slams his face on the bench? Halftime, bang.
Nap, nap.
Fuck you, Tony.
I gotta make you smile a little bit, motherfucker.
Fuck you, Tony.
Just
You're
give me a
nap,
chance,
nap,
coach.
nap,
Put me
nap.
in.
Hey,
Listen.
Tony's getting the wins all around today.
Listen, if it ain't nap nap, it's tap tap, and if it ain't tap tap, it's fucking math is hard. And,
But at least it put a smile on your face. Cha-ching.
Let's see that in instant replay.
But yeah, Altair,
Cha-ching.
your head just goes clunk right on the fucking table, and then the bartender kind of just goes over and has already these prepared, but throws like a warm blanket over top of the bar and just puts it over top of you.
I looked at her and I say, "Hey, he'll be fine. He's just having a cat nap."
Oh,
But
Put him in
That's
front
very
of the
catty.
window.
That's very catty of you, Mayhem.
she
That's
looks to
dangerous, man.
you, all three of you that are still awake, and says, "Yeah, so some of the laws that pertain to those of us without our magics, if it's somebody like you are saying and that I am understanding of, the person was living out on the streets and refused to go in and pay what we call the debts. So they were just living off of whatever they could get their hands on, essentially. But it's illegal to give them coin and do so in the manner of which you did it. So typically speaking, and I say that with the biggest broad term possible, most of the time when you see one of these people out in the streets that are begging, as you probably have seen, and doing some kind of performance or something, they're not looking for money. they're looking for food. So typically, they are paid in food. But you giving them money is what caused the uproar. Because it's illegal to give them money. The reason that I am able to get paid is because the money does not go to me. Every cent that we earn goes to the church. And the food that we provide here, albeit I do cook all of it, and I do make all of it, we had to grow it ourselves by the sweat of our brow and the cuts and bruises on our hands. So everything that is here is from our own farm, our own garden, so to speak, and is not provided by funds. So we don't make a single cent.
So every dime that comes in through every establishment goes towards tithes and offerings towards the church.
If you have the brand, yes. If you don't have the brand, the funds that you make are yours. For example, you told me earlier when you guys came in that you were led here by one of my associates from the general store. He is not branded because he had no magic to begin with and he did not riot. Albeit I have my own opinions of him not going against the church. He is not for the church neither. He is kind of in the neutral state.
He's neutral.
Yeah, he neither agrees nor disagrees with the church.
How well do you know him?
I thought I knew him really well. He was in my adventuring party many centuries ago.
16 on insight.
She is telling the truth.
Okay. What caused you to doubt how well you know him?
When they came into town. The Wyvern Kings, when they came into town.
Did he side with them?
No.
So his abstention from doing anything caused you to doubt him.
Correct.
Okay.
Uh-oh. I smell the fire, Mayhem. What is it?
Okay. It's my fellow players. We're gonna talk after session so that the DM can't hear this. Because I
Uh-oh.
got a plan, baby.
Oh, God.
Oh god, Mayhem's thinking.
I'm gonna look at her and I've had 4 shots.
Mm-hmm.
Of the how
Yeah.
many you ordered?
6. Well, I took your
No,
3
3.
and I had my 3.
Yeah.
Because you never said whether or not you were having them. You didn't get a choice.
Asshole.
I mean, hold on. There are still 2 in front of me. And 2 in
Ilya's
front of
gonna-
you. She can
Ilya's
get
gonna-
3.
Ilya's gonna slam the 5th
I'm
shot.
not gonna have 3. I'm gonna have fucking 1.
Alright, so
18 on
Allura
the con save.
18, roll it with disadvantage because that's the 5th one. Allura, you don't have to roll, you've only had 1.
Okay.
16.
16 with disadvantage, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Okay. As I put the shot glass down, I look at the barmaid and I say, "So you've known this guy for years, adventure together, ride or die together, and all of a sudden, the Wyvern Kings show up and you start to have doubts.
Yes.
Given how well you know him, what would you say would be the one thing that would need to happen in order for him to tip back in favor of acting?
His sister.
Well, they'd have to hurt her.
She's a member of the church.
So if we could liberate his sister,
That's not my
Don't
place
say.
to go in and say or do any of that. His business is his own. While we do still talk and while we are still friendly to an extent towards one another, that is the one thing that caused us to kind of separate was with what he did and not doing anything. And then his sister, not long after that, joined the church. She is a priestess of the church. You do with that information what you will. That is neither here nor there. I have no control of what you do. I am simply here to give you food, board, and in. That is all.
hypothetically, if general consensus in this town were to be of the nature where the folks suddenly felt the compelling urge to rally, do you think we could count on you to join us?
A lot would have to happen for me to go up against them again. And I do mean a lot. Because this runes on my ankle are not just to remove my magic. It also tracks my location, and it also has a high level degree of what is the spell called?
Command.
It's that one. Command. It's been so long since I've cast spells, I can't remember the names of many of them, but command. Yes, it has a very high level of that.
Given how you wielded that triple barrel not even an hour ago, I think your contingency plans and your options are pretty wide open.
I'm good with the rifle. Sure.
So's your friend by the looks of things.
He more so than I.
I look at the three of my friends and I say, "Hey, seen what this lady can do? Can you imagine what her friend can do?"
I want that gun.
We'll get you a gun, buddy. Don't worry.
If I'm being honest
already
with
got
all,
one.
if I'm being
Well, I
honest
look
with
at
all of you, you probably all need a gun because while you were doing relatively well with your sticks, um,
And coasters.
and and your makeshift items, miss,
And sharp pointy things.
yeah, it might benefit you to at least carry a revolver, at least the at the very most. Actually, I'll tell you what. Give me a sec. I already know about you at the end having the two guns with you, so I'm not worried about you. But as far as the three of them, they seem like they need a little help. So give me just a second.
Yeah, they need a definite push.
She walks away, and then she comes back with 3 cases. They all look like just normal briefcases, nothing special about them. She opens all 3 of them up. And inside of each case there is a revolver. They look all the same. However, on the other side of the case is what looks to be like a bracelet. She looks to you and says, "So They make these at the academy here. Well, I say that, but not a whole lot of people go to the academy anymore because the academy were the first people to go in and resist the church to begin with. So the fact that they're even still open is a surprise to all of us, but albeit things happen. But
Normal science against religion bit.
basically, yeah.
Yep.
Exactly that point is there's two different philosophies happening, but that's neither here nor there. So, for those of you that are not acquainted or familiar with a firearm, that's what the bracelet is for. Essentially, what it allows you to do is become attuned to the weapon that it is connected to. So, the moment you attach the bracelet, you automatically become attuned to that gun. And that is the only gun that you can use. However, you take the bracelet off, you lose that. You can't use the gun normally anymore. Matter of fact, you can't even pull the trigger. It locks itself into place. So these aren't anything special. They're quite old. You'll have to go in and probably get some repairs done on them, and I'm sure that my buddy over there at the general store can go in and help you with that. But I'll give you these for your protection. I don't need them anymore. I've got my own weapons, as you can see up on the wall. I don't have any ammo for them, so you'll have to go and buy.
Gesturing at like some John Wick arsenal of guns.
You'll have to go and get your own ammo for them. I suggest getting silver, but normal bullets will kind of work depending on who you go up against to protect yourself.
Okay, so because I'm assuming this is going to get added to our inventory, what are we adding on D&D Beyond?
I will send you that here in just a minute. It's basically I wanted to get through the roleplay session, just part of it first, and then I will send you just
Cool.
the basic stats for it.
Finally.
Give me just a minute. Where is it at? It's a normal revolver.
Oh, I see it. I see one.
Revolver equipment. Okay, there it is. So,
2d8 piercing damage, right?
yeah, so drop that down to 1d10.
That will not let me.
The rest of it is fine. Just keep in mind that the damage is 1d10 plus your dex modifier.
That's pretty good.
Again, I'm being very nice. But yeah, the damage is reduced to 1d10 because they're, like I said, they're very old, very makeshift, not like the best of the best. It's stuff that you could find common at the academy. It's just basically training items, essentially.
But they've got the ability to be upgraded.
They have the ability to be upgraded for a price. They have the ability to essentially like just like any other weapon, you can enhance it. But right now it is like it's literally like a training weapon. It's just to teach you how to use the weapon. And the bracelets help with that because they automatically get you attuned to the weapon.
Question.
Yes.
Does the gold, silver, and copper that we've got in our inventory, is that usable in this game? In this?
Nope.
Do you ask that?
No, I'm asking you.
So
we've already know this, Mayhem.
So
yeah, he mentioned this last time.
Yeah, the answer to that is no. The gold
We are broke.
You are like dead ass fucking broke.
We only have 4 solid coins and 5 single pesos left.
Now,
Pretty much.
now, granted, had you said something, there might have been an answer for that. But that's completely up to you, whether you ask about that or not.
That would be mad if I was to go ahead and ask again, though.
Well, you could ask essentially about the currency itself because all you know is just basically what Zurin has, so you don't really know anything about the currency. So you could ask and say, okay, is there a form of currency that we don't know about that we could get our hands on apart from what's in this bag?
Zurin can ask, is there any way that we can increase the amount of currency of what's being used here?
There you go. So she looks to you and says, "Yeah, there's the notice board up towards the fireplace. Usually people come in here when they're looking for a job that they can go in and make a little extra coin on the side. It's specifically it's designed for those like you found earlier that are out on the streets and don't have any means of being able to do anything. The notice board is technically a legal way of them being able to do it, and the reason for that is because of how dangerous the notices are. A lot of them is one of those situations that you do get coin from it if you survive.
So essentially like bounty hunter work.
Pretty much.
It's like side quests in a video game.
Funny that.
Funny that we're in a fucking video game.
Dun dun
By the
dun.
way, you guys have to remember my character is not conscious, so anything I say is literally for the joke.
Yeah, I know.
I don't. Yeah. It's. I'm right there with you. Don't worry.
So what do you guys do? Do you ask any more questions? Do you go and look at the notice board? Like, you gotta tell me what you do.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Somebody go ahead. Somebody else go ahead and do something.
I think Allura's pretty much happy with where things are.
Because you do know that there is a church service tomorrow, which you guys have stated that you want to go and attend.
Yeah.
And just in case, I do have a notice board ready if you want to go in and see that, but that's up to you.
I think I'm pretty much on board with where we are.
So Allura is good.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good for the moment.
Okay, Ilya's good. Altair is passed the fuck out. Zurin.
Yeah, I'll say it doesn't have a choice.
Could say you could go look.
Just sleep talk.
You could say you go look at the notice
to the
board
board.
at least. Go look at the notice board at least and see what's on there. You don't have to take anything right now, but you'll at least know what's on there for when you decide to go and make a little extra coin, and then we can give you guys a long rest and go straight to the church to finish the night off. If you want.
I'm all for a long rest because I think. Well, I took.
Oh, Zurin stepped away. My bad. Okay, I'll tell him here in a second.
I took a bunch of damage. I took a bunch of damage during that fight. I don't really want to walk into a potential situation.
Yeah,
when I'm less than
Yeah,
hit points.
you're definitely going to get a long rest. Absolutely,
Hmm.
100% sure. Like no problems there. Zurin. So I noticed that you stepped away. So Alora and Ilya are both good. They don't have any more questions that they want to ask. They're ready for their long rest so that they can get ready for church in the morning. That leaves you. Now, I will ask you this because this kind of pertained to the question that you asked earlier. I do have a notice board ready to show you if you want to go and look to see what's on the notice board. You do not have to take any of the side quests right now, but the notice board will be there so that you can see what is available for you to take and gain some money from. For future reference if you want to go and look at it.
Yeah, I'll look at it, but then I'll discuss with everyone. Well, once we're all back up to full, because I'm currently at 5 HP at the moment.
Yeah, you're definitely going to get a long rest. So that is definitely a given, and I can't do Alura's little trick with this image. So,
What's that?
The copy and paste crap.
Where are you copying it from?
I was copying it from Ink Incarnate.
As long as you have the option to copy image specifically when you right click on it, it should work. It should just be control copy image on the image and then control V in the chat.
All right. Yeah. Well,
All right, I see it.
I wasn't able to do the copy part, but I was able to at least post it, so you can at least view it that way. But there is the notice board. Those are the notices that are on the board.
Yee messages, really?
Scratching post.
Yeah.
Yee messages. That's great.
I figured you guys would like that. But you can take a look at these notices and kind of get an idea as to what the quests will be like as far as like the side missions to earn you a little bit extra money. But that image will be there for basically whenever you guys are ready to earn a little bit of coin.
Yeah, we can take a look at it later and discuss whether or not we want to do anything before we go hog wild in this town.
Right.
Yeah, Laura is making a mental note of the notice board, but not checking it out right now.
It's not a problem. So we will go ahead and do the long rest now. So you guys will get a long rest. Your health is back up to full. Your spell slots, which none of you used any, will go up back up to full. Shinny, you're no longer passed the fuck out. You have a splitting headache.
From banging your head on the bar.
But you are fine apart from that. You kind of, if anything, you have a headache and you're irritable. So you're kind of in a foul mood at the moment.
So nothing out of the
he's
ordinary,
being a true cat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's wanting to knock glass off.
You say that. I'll tell you the story about my two cats when we finish the session.
Oh boy.
This will make your heart. This will warm your hearts.
Check your boots.
Really?
Make sure you check them before you put them on.
Whoa.
Will it warm our cold dead hearts? Mayhem?
It's not as big.
Really?
So give me just a second to where that I can put your tokens on here and let you be able to go in and sit where you want to sit. So
what kind of priest is that?
You will find out here shortly.
It's a priest of Cthulhu.
And can I have his armor?
It's like a dark elf.
It's a priest of Cthulhu. I told you.
Dunmer. It's a Dunmer, and he's praising Dagoth.
Is he praying to Boethia? Is this Skyrim?
Alright, so Shinny, you have control of yours.
We're gonna walk in and he's gonna refer to us as filthy N-Wars.
Overkill, you have control of yours. Amy, you have control of yours. And Mayhem, you now have control of yours. Okay, so for the sake of time and getting out of the whole situation of putting tokens all over the fucking place, and I need to move that token right up to the podium because that's where he would currently be at. Use your vivid imagination when I go in and make this description of this church. So
Oh my god, it's so amazing. You described it perfectly.
I know, right? God, it's like I wrote this shit. Like, anyway,
Zern burst in and shouts, "Hail Talos!" Oh wait, wrong game.
Oh, hey, almighty Tiamat.
When you wake up first thing in the morning, you hear the gongs from the previous day. You all hear them go dong, dong,
Ding by the
dong.
dong.
Altair just hears, "Ow, ow."
You guys go and
Yeah.
pack all of your stuff up. You don't worry about getting fancy dressed or nothing because you're here to scope out information. You're not here to praise the Lord or none of that mumbo jumbo. You all get to the church. There are thousands of people in this church. Large numbers of people, rich, poor, doesn't matter. Here's where things get a little dark, though. The were creatures and the Anorians are all sitting in benches. At the front of the podium, you see 12 fully nude men and women.
Oh, well, sacrificed.
It's a sausage fest.
No, it's
And
so,
women.
So hold up.
Did I stutter?
Men and women.
Let DM talk.
Men and women. They're all at the front of the podium, chained to the podium, nude.
I was gonna say, did we walk into the holy orgy or something?
They look like that they have been beaten, scourged, burned, mutilated. Some of them have their faces ripped to shreds to where that they don't have hardly any facial features at all. Some of them have their hair ripped out in spots. They have patches on their head. You can see scars across their backs as they're facing towards the podium where they have been whipped repeatedly over and over and over again.
Zern's gonna look at the group and kind of whisper, "Keep your hands on your holsters at all times." I have no idea what this is, but it does not look good.
They look like, though, that they are praising the person at the podium. They look like that they are in reverence and awe of the person standing up at the podium. The people in the podiums are, for those that have ever seen one on like TV or whatnot, you'll see those big fancy churches where they go in and they're all standing up and holding their hands up and, shouting to the Lord and all of that.
Oh God.
They
Oh, shit,
they look like praise be.
he's a TV evangelist. Kill him now.
They all look to be like that. There are varying forms of people doing that. Mostly it's the people that are within the poor areas. So like the ones that look like their clothes are battered, tathed, they're dirty. Usually though, the further out you go to where you get to the rich area, and yes, it is the podiums are separated by districts, not like a normal church. You've got an area
Where's
for
District 13?
you have an
You're Hunger Games in this shit.
you have an area for the poor people. You have the area for the middle class folk. You have the area for the rich folk. The further out you go to where that you start seeing more and more of the people that are richer, fancier, have the nicer clothes on, have the sigils across their chests, gold laden everything. Their shoes look like that they themselves have a silver spoon in their fucking mouths. Those people are not praising anything. They look to be sitting in the podiums as if that their very presence is enough to be blessed.
Question, DM.
Sure.
Which area are we sitting in?
You are sitting currently in what would be classified as the middle class, and the reason for that is that the poor area is blocked off by chains.
Oh,
The only ones allowed in that area are those that have been branded.
Oof.
So you are currently being forced into what they classify as the middle class.
Yeah, because we had enough to give people stuff.
This is fucking grim.
After the praising is done, the man at the podium finally stands from his throne, walks over, lays both of his hands upon the pedestal in front of him, and you finally get a better grasp, a better understanding of the type of person this priest is. You mentioned it before that he looks to be different. He looks to be very well dressed. He looks unique.
hmm
There's a reason for that. He is pure-blooded Anoran. And when I say pure-blooded, he is an original Anoran. This being is over 5,000 years old. But he does not look like he's a day over 20.
Why do I get the feeling this is kind of like a false prophet situation?
That's for you to decide.
I'm going to mention that to everyone.
He looks out into the audience and says, "Blessed be the children of the one who gave us our gifts. For you are all children in the eyes of our Lord. Even these mongrels standing before me in this podium, the ones who are begging for gifts, the ones who have been stripped of all their pride, their sins. Look at them. The very fact that they are allowed into this congregation is a blessing upon high. And yet they continue to beg, knowing what they will receive once the services are done. All of you are here for the same reason. You are here to remove the sins and the transgressions of which you go about your day-to-day activities, because you know that without the blessing of our Lord, you are just as these pitiful souls before me. You are worthless. You are meaningless. You are pathetic. I have that power. I have been given the blessings of our Lord to grant you redemption, to baptize each of you in the name of the God Most High, and to wash away every sin that you have ever transgressed. And by doing so, you will receive the blessings that some of our contributors here have already received. You will receive wealth, fame, recognition, love, hope, and peace. Thankfully, go ahead.
I turned to Zurin, kind of whisper in his ear, "Do you trust me?"
About as far as I can shoot you.
That's
What's
pretty
up?
good distance.
Ilya stands up.
You hear a creak coming from the podium of which you sit as you stand up. It can be heard throughout the entire church. Everybody gazes upon you within that moment. Down to the very humans at the podium of which they are bound in chains, they all stare at you.
The moment she stands up, Zern's going to swap from Nobanian to Bashaba, but he's not going to draw it out. He's going to keep it hidden.
Okay.
Hand on the holster. Ready to quick draw.
Likewise.
The priest looks to you and says, "In a rush, child, to receive your blessing."
Anxious to, Father.
Come. Come to the podium and receive your forgiveness, your redemption, your baptism.
Your salvation.
Be
As
gone,
she,
Satan!
as she
Mayhem's
passes,
going to get the good stasis subclass before the rest of us.
Yeah, I was like, that
as
was
she
more of a
passes-
witness reference than a Satan reference.
All
As
right.
she passes Altair, I want to make a sleight of hand check to dump my revolver on his lap.
Mm-hmm.
Roll high, sister.
I don't know whether that's the best roll or the worst roll I can make tonight, but that's a nat fucking 20 for a total of 22.
Sure. So you effectively slip your revolver into
It's just sitting on his on top of his lap.
yeah, you kind of like it's gonna sound weird when you do it, but like you graze across Altair's back and slide the revolver down his chest and it lands into his lap, and you look like that it's kind of like you look like you are happy in a sense to be able to go up to this podium. You're putting on a very good scene. You're putting on a very good act to make it look like that you're about to get exactly what you want, but you do what you intended to do, which was to drop your revolver.
As she steps up, as she exits the podium and gets to that main, like, central aisle, she's gonna take a deep breath and say in her head, "It's okay. Your friends are with you. Trust them." And she's gonna stop shy just about 10 feet away from the podium, keeping a very close eye on the priest's body language, his behavior, his demeanor.
So what he does as you approach, his arms become outstretched, lifted upon high, as if he is waiting to
Unnaturally so.
it's almost like he is waiting to embrace a warm hug, essentially. But he looks to you with a grin. He is smiling from ear to ear. He knows that he is about to give you the blessing of God.
Standing there, Ilya looks to the priest and says, "Oh God, what's the word I'm looking for?"
Praise be to
No.
Cthulhu.
It's the wrong. It's the wrong phrase, Tony. But it's the only one I can think of. Humor me, Father.
Enlighten me?
No,
No?
I
Bless
honestly
me, Father.
Don't worry,
word-
don't worry about that right
Yeah.
now.
Salvation is what my heart desires, and it knows the form it must take. Would you indulge me in giving me salvation by naming my Lord, the one who will save me and forgive all of these transgressions? Speak unto me the name of the one who will welcome me with open arms.
Make a persuasion check, please.
I was hoping you would not say that.
Oh, shite.
You
Okay.
done fucked up now, AA Ron?
Hey,
It's not
Ron.
terrible. It's not terrible. And I looked at my character sheet wrong. I have a +3 in it for a 19 total.
For a 19.
Total. Turns out that when you look at performance, it makes you feel a lot worse about your perspective roll.
So
Oops.
the priest looks to you and says, with the clarity of heart, I shall give you the name, for it is he that bestows upon us blessings beyond your wildest dreams. The name of the said deity is, and here's where it gets weird. You hear static. And then he starts to repeat the same phrase, like he's trying to say it, but for whatever reason, it's not coming out. He does it about 5 times where he repeats that same phrase. He says, with clarity, I shall give you the name. The name is.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
However,
Can you hear me now? How about now?
after the 5th
Mhm.
time, something does happen. I need you to roll a perception check as if you are trying to hear something.
15.
You don't catch the full name,
Okay.
but you can make it out within the static. It's almost like he's trying to say the name but physically cannot. But you hear an attempt at saying the name, but only catch the first 3 letters.
Okay.
XAR.
You son of a
Absolutely
bitch.
fucking not.
You son of a bitch. Did you really just do that?
Surely not.
Did you
Did you just make
Tell
yourself
me.
a deity?
Tell me you did not do what I think you just did.
What we all think you just did.
You tell me what you think I just did.
You turned Zaris into the thing that these people worship.
Maybe.
Oh my
That's
god!
a yes then.
He
Yeah.
turned
son of a-
himself into a fucking deity.
Oh no. Okay, hold on. Hold on.
Funniest shit I've ever
No,
seen.
no. Hold on. I'm about to level with my DM real quick. If you want to keep Zaris as the thing that these people worship, I better see that development in you in Duckies and Dargans.
I never not. Hey,
Whoa.
listen to this though. I neither confirmed nor denied if it actually is Zaris.
I don't
Not-
think you needed to.
However, let me make it perfectly clear. And you think it's funny, but this is not the same realm that you guys are from. This is an alternate world. This is completely different of
Okay.
which the stories that you know of. This is
Okay.
also happening in a time before all of the events have transpired. So
Okay. I'm just saying, like, if you want to, like,
let me also make another thing perfectly clear. If it is Xeris, which side of Xeris is it?
oh, you son of a bitch,
I don't know what that means. So,
Zaris has got a twin.
Fury.
oh,
Yeah.
so he's like a chamber. Okay.
So that's why the name Zarzar.
It's oh god.
Are we
Yeah.
expecting Alaire to burst in through the doors and be like, "Sorry, I'm late for service"?
Oh my god, no, don't.
Yes,
Don't
yes.
The thing is, Rob would jump at the
You
chance
know-
to
Like, you know what? Ilara kicks down the door, goes, "Hey guys, sorry, I had some bullshit to deal with. Some theocracy over on the material plane.
I'm here to play a game.
I'm here to play a game." But no, props to the DM. He's obviously thought about this long and hard, so you know what? I like it. I'm interested. Question about the reactionary body language from the people on either side of me, though. And this, to be more specific, this would be the people sitting in the chairs at the ends of these podiums. So, like, no more than one person in, like, literally just the end people.
So I'm going to give you that as a freebie. You being everybody in this VC right now being very well versed in how video games work. When you have a game that is in alpha and beta stages, but it's a really poorly made alpha and beta to where that the characters start doing these weird things that are off-put and out of place, like glitches, bugs.
Like the ragdoll effect.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what every person in this building, apart from you four, do.
So
Okay.
they've become
We just fucked up the
wacky.
Matrix.
No, they've become wacky, flailing, invisible arm guys.
So my
Yeah.
So
that
my
thing.
intent was upon hearing like, because I'm assuming that they hear the full conversation without the static. Is their body language is the reactionary body language from the people sitting on the very ends of these pews indicative that there is no static on their end, or is there static on their end?
There is static.
So the static is not a perceptive thing on my part. The static is a problem emanating from the priest. It's his physical inability to say the name.
Correct.
Okay. I was wondering if it was a inability for like people on the auditory end, i.e. my end, to perceive the name.
Yeah, so essentially what you notice is that he is physically incapable of saying the name.
So
But
his lips are making the motions, but the sound is just muffled.
it's muffled, it's staticky,
Right.
it's like nothing is done. But you after the fifth attempt and you're sitting there trying to perceive what it is he's trying to say, you caught the three letters in the static, but to everybody else, apart from the four of you, it sounds like it's normal. Like, it's just nothing has changed. Essentially, they seem calm and collected. But yeah, go ahead.
Does he notice? Does he notice that Xeris? No, it's
Zurin.
Other X. Does he notice that his voice is coming out static, or is it just more like a physical programming, basically, where he thinks he's actually saying it, but it's not coming out right?
Yes, that one.
He wholeheartedly believes that he is speaking without issue.
Yes.
Okay.
So
He believes he's saying Zadis.
There's a glitch in the program, basically, that
But if
we're
he thinks
seeing.
he's saying it perfectly fine, why has he tried to say it 5 times?
because he's
He's
a
saying it
zealot.
like a preaching a sermon, basically.
He's
like,
a
Or-
zealot.
hail to
Hey,
this,
the
praise to that,
times-
and whatnot.
Or that could be part of the glitch.
It's part of the glitch. It's
Okay.
it's like that. It's almost like whenever the bug happens and it finishes the glitch.
It's like a broken record.
It's like a broken record. It repeats itself. It keeps trying to
Yeah, the
get
needle
out.
just jumps.
Yeah, exactly. So it just so happened that on the 5th jump, it jumped far enough to where that it would go to the rest of the record and continue on playing.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Brick it, remix.
But those 3 letters are what you hear within the static with your perception roll. You can take that however you see fit. You can go
Yeah.
with your opinions. You can go with your hypothesis. You can go with whatever you want. But I have a plan.
Hypothesis my ass.
So what do you do?
Ilya gives a bow before saying, "Thank you, Father. May the light of the Lord cleanse the sins from my heart and allow me to see the true path of absolution before me." Before not turning her back,
Oh,
facing
you don't.
him the
Oh,
entire.
you're not even going to make the turn because he's not done yet.
Oh God. You got to kill one of the people.
You're not done yet. Not by a long shot.
And Cody didn't say I was wrong.
I ain't
Here's
through with
Muffin.
you. Not my damn sight.
In fact,
I'ma get medieval on your ass.
I want you to make a roll. It is going to be a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy.
Before you tell me the score, don't utter the score. If you pass, everybody here except for you deafen. If you fail, then something very, very bad is about to happen.
Oh, yes.
Here's Muffin.
Now,
We don't have the person that can summon Muffin here.
Now, Mayhem, what was your roll?
18.
Everybody deafen.
Okay.
Damn.
I'm gonna wait till Shinny gets out.
Yeah. He's muted.
Other button.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Ilya, you're about to get your answer. Before you're able to make your turn, he looks at you with a broad grin and says, "My child, I haven't even blessed you yet." He waves a hand. You fall to the ground. You wake up. You see 3 people standing before you. You see a beautiful maiden cloaked in white, with cold, brisk breeze swirling around her as if that the winter itself was the most beautiful season in existence. Standing before her, not 1, but 2 tieflings. A tiefling with blue skin and dark navy blue horns, flowing white hair, magnificent beard, and a beautiful, beautiful silver cloak. A staff made of pure ice, majestic in all forms and shapes. This being, his very presence, his very essence, his aura, gives you the sense of both power and serenity. The other is the opposite. Skin as black and dark as charcoal. Horns silver, decayed. Hair as black as the midnight sky. With a cloak that is ripped, torn asunder. And from this tiefling, you feel a different type of cold. A cold that is radiant to the point of that you feel that the very air you breathe is toxic. It feels as if that your lungs are about to collapse in on themselves. But these two tieflings stand toe to toe with one another on equal footing. Their power is immense. It's choking you. You can't fucking breathe. But you are getting the sense of two very different people. The woman standing before them looks and says, "My children, you have done your duty. It is time to go home. You have completed your work." The blue tiefling looks and says, "What of my two friends? Will they be safe?" She looks down to him with a beautiful, glistening smile, raises her hand across his cheek and says, "My dear, you know better than anybody. They will live a fulfilled and prosperous life. One of happiness, glee, love, purity, fortune. There is no need to worry. They are fine. And maybe one day when the dust has settled and the gods have realigned themselves to create a more perfect world for us all, you'll be reunited with them once more. And you can spend all eternity telling the stories of what they did while they were still yet alive. And go on a new and more prosperous adventure." The other tiefling looks and says, "I'm not welcome, am I?" She turns and looks to him with disdain, sorrow in her eyes. "No. No, you are not. Had you done what I had asked, you would have been resolved of your curse. But now you will be sent back down in order to learn a lesson. You will not be permitted access to heaven until you can prove that you have changed. I cast you out." Within those moments, you see him fall. As he's falling, you can see his wings sprout. And he starts to change. One side of his face remains the same. Decayed. grotesque. However, not as the way that you imagined it before, as the pictures in the book portrayed it. No. In this case, you see it as he had already been. However, the other side of him is what changed. The other side is the face of the one you saw before. As a curse laid upon him, he now resembles the face of his brother. He is now scarred to look upon the mirrors of which set in his halls as a reminder that his brother, his twin, was better than he. He falls thousands and thousands and thousands of feet, you watching as he continues to fall and change, shift, until he finally lands right square into the middle of the town that you are currently in. He stands up and he screams into the wind, cursing his brother's name. Curse you, Xeris. All the days of your life, I will find you, I will hunt you down, and I will rid your existence. If it's the last thing I do. All those who bow and worship me will know true clarity. They will know true redemption. Curse you, Xeris, curse you, mother. Screw your lessons. I have no time for any of your blessings. May the name ring upon all the world to hear. My name is no longer Fury. My now true name shall be rang upon the world, stated in darkness and despair. My name is Zaurus. Zaurus the Decay. The dream ends. You stand up. Your friends behind in the podium are standing up and looking at you from their podiums. But it hasn't even been, maybe a second since you've dropped to your knees, sweating profusely. Your body aches. You are tired. You are exhausted. And for whatever reason, you are shedding a tear that is not of your own. And it's at this moment that they may now return.
Kneeling on the ground. Hand supporting on her right knee. head hanging low to where her hair falls in front of her face. I'd imagine that only those that paying close, very close, like obscenely close attention will notice this detail, but tears begin to fall on the tiled floor, and Ilya begins to shake, somewhat due to the pain, somewhat due to the emotions coursing through her veins. A mixture of anger, sorrow, anguish,
Ooh.
and a complete and utter lack of understanding. She never wanted this information. But now that she has it, her heart genuinely feels as though it is stillborn. It is completely still. With what little strength that she has physically, she gets herself to her feet. The tears trickling down her face. She doesn't bother wiping them off. She doesn't say anything per se, but her body language tells a lot. She turns her back to the priest and begins to walk past her friends until she gets to the door. As she gets to the door, she places a hand on the wood as though she's getting ready to open it. Before she pauses and looks over her shoulder to one of her friends, and Tony, I'll DM you who after the session.
Sure.
Looks to her friend and says, in her own head, things are beginning to connect in ways that I am no longer sure that we are able to handle. Ilya opens the door and exits the church.
As Ilya leaves, you hear the entire congregation go into an ecstatic uproar. You hear them cheer, you hear them shout in glee, you hear them praise be to the God above. For it has been revealed to the newcomer just how powerful, just how menacing this God really is. Zurin, Altair, and Allura, you're still inside of the church when you see all of this happen. You don't see anything special apart from one very minute detail. You see Ilya, the moment upon being blessed, drop to her knee and start to sweat and cry profusely. And all of this happens within mere seconds. Enough time for you to stand up and make one brisk step before she finally stands back up and walks out the door. The priest looks to all of you and says, "She has been blessed among high. She has seen the God of gods. She has witnessed his majesty and his glory. Hallelujah. Praise him. Praise him, praise him. But that is the end of our sermon today. Go. Be blessed. And remember the creed. For without it, you were all lost. He then vanishes. He is gone.
Fucking Misty Step ass motherfucker.
But Ilya walked out the door. And the sermon, the congregation, the church has concluded. Ilya, where do you go? This will be the last thing that we talk before we end the session.
It's a good question. Ilya doesn't know where the fuck she is. She knows that this place is called Steepers. She knows what 2, 3 streets of this place at the most. I feel as though if it were me, IRL, Ilya would just wander. Her brain completely disconnecting. Her eyes just pointed downwards at the dirt. And her legs just turned straight onto autopilot. And she would do so for about 30, 45 minutes if she's not stopped. So
She will be.
DM, what direction from the church is the tavern that we were staying in the night before?
It would be northeast. Yeah, northeast.
Okay.
Because the church is on the very south side, and then you have to go north then east in order to get to the tavern.
Okay. So with an extremely subconscious level of recognition and an overwhelming autopilot kicking in, that's the direction that she would go. I'm not saying that she's going to the tavern, but given the fact that northeast from this direction, from this location, is the only sort of path that she knows in this town, she would trace roughly. She may dip in a side alley or two, or she may wander off the beaten path ever so slightly every now and again, but yeah, towards the generic area, direction of the tavern is roughly where she would go.
And that is where we will end this session at, with Ilya wandering, contemplating what she just saw. Fitting.
I was going to say, DM.
Yep.
I know she probably cannot have gotten out of sight before the session, the sermon, and between the sermon ending and the time she left out. I am going to literally kind of bolt out the door, feline agility to catch up.
Okay. So I'm going to say that by the time that she reaches a little over a quarter of a way towards the bar is when you will finally be able to catch up, but that will be right there is where we will end that. Right.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted that stated.
At that moment is where we will leave it off at, is where Altair catches up to Ilya on her way towards the northeast sector of the town. Now, my final words. It's fitting, isn't it? fitting that all of this is finally being played together and the puzzles are finally being connected. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you in the next session.